What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka Coach Key. Welcome to episode 2 of Dinner on a Budget, where I show you quick, simple, easy, very tasty, and most importantly, budget-friendly dinner recipes. As always with this series, if you need or want the full written out instructions and also the full ingredient list for this recipe, please check the description box below and you will find a link to a blog post that has all the details that you need. In this week's episode, I'm going to be making a dish called Easy Sausage Ragu, and without further ado, let's get to cooking. So before we get started, let me first show you the ingredients that you're going to need. Again, if you need the full details on the full ingredient list, please check the link down below. You're going to need some penne pasta. You're going to need a pound of sausage, and I use turkey sausage. I do not eat pork, and I barely really even eat beef, honestly. You're also going to need some dry white wine, olive oil, crushed red peppers. You want either garlic cloves. I honestly just use minced garlic. I don't feel like peeling cloves of garlic. That's just me. You're also going to need some basil, some diced tomatoes, some kale, and then the recipe really calls for 4 cups of kale, but I only bought 2 cups. So I'm also going to mix about 1.5 cups, probably almost 2 cups of spinach in there as well. And then you're also going to need some grated Parmesan. All right, so after you have removed the casings of the sausage, you want to go ahead and cut the pieces of sausage into small pieces. All right, now that the meat is cut up, and this is like the most work that you're gonna have to do in this recipe, you're gonna go ahead and put everything into a medium bowl. And the next thing you're gonna do is go ahead and pour you a 1/2 cup of white wine, and you're gonna pour that over the sausage. And you're just gonna let the sausage sit in this until it's ready. And now it's time for us to start cooking the pasta. So you're gonna need 12 ounces of penne pasta. This is 16 ounces, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I measure it out to 12. And you just wanna cook the pasta as directed on the box. So the pasta is done, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm also gonna need 4 teaspoons of minced garlic, and then we're also gonna need, I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of crushed red peppers. Actually, I'm gonna do a whole tablespoon of crushed red peppers because I kind of like things a little spicy. The oil heats up rather quickly, and you're just gonna cook this until the garlic is sizzling. Honestly, I think I have just enough for the full tablespoon. Yes, I do. Now, if you don't like your food spicy like I do, I would suggest that you only do maybe a teaspoon of the chili flakes. Now, after you have let the garlic sizzle for about 2 minutes, you're then going to go ahead and add your sausage mixture. And you're gonna cook this until you no longer see any pink pieces or parts of the sausage. And also, you want about half of the liquid, which is the wine, to evaporate. And this is gonna take about 5 to 7 minutes to do. Half of the liquid is gone, and the sausage is pretty much all the way cooked through. So for this next part, you want to take your 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, and I have mine in tomato juice. I did drain the majority of the juice out. And for this step, you can either put them in kind of the bigger dice as they are, or you can put this into the blender and make it finely diced. It's really honestly all up to you. And you do want the tomato juice to be in it. It's just, you know, it comes with quite a bit of tomato juice. So I'm gonna turn my heat back up a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this in. I'm then gonna go ahead and add 3 sprigs of the basil. You don't want to cut this up because you are going to end up removing it before you actually serve it. But I am going to go ahead and kind of put it under everything so that it cooks into the tomato juice. And you're going to go ahead and turn your heat back up to about medium-low if you're using a gas stove, and medium if you're using an electric stove. And you're going to go ahead and simmer that for 10 minutes. All right, so we are done simmering. So at this point, you want to go ahead and remove the basil. And now you're going to go ahead and stir in your 1/4 of a cup of grated Parmesan. And if you're somebody who likes a lot of cheese in your pastas, I would suggest that you do a 1/4 a cup of grated and then a 1/4 a cup of shredded Parmesan. But I'm not really much of a cheese person. Like, that's a lot of cheese for me personally. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fold the kale in. So originally I was gonna do the 2 cups of kale and 2 cups of spinach, but that's a lot of greens for this pasta. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the greens all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the greens inside of here, and by the time I'm done with the full recipe, it's probably not going to be the 2 cups. Just a special fact about me, I don't really like a lot of green stuff. I've been trying to make sure that I'm eating like my salad per day and stuff like that, and I don't really do cheese in my salads or anything either, no meats or anything. But yeah, it takes a lot for me to put a lot of greens in my stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in so far. And as you all know, kale and even spinach, it cooks down pretty well. So even looking at how the kale started just 2 minutes ago, not even 2 minutes, you guys can see that it's dwindling down. So I'm actually just gonna do, let's just say 2 bunches. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 bunches. So I'm gonna let this last bunch kind of cook down into the sauce, and then I'll add it to the noodles, and then we'll be done. So I probably used a little less than a cup of kale. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this so that the steam cooks the kale a little bit faster. This is why I told y'all I need a larger pan. So yeah, I'm gonna let that cook down a little bit more, and then we're gonna go ahead and add it to the noodles, and we'll be done. All right, so everything is cooked down to my liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the sauce in the pot. And I said it before and I'll say it again. If you are not a lover of spicy foods, make sure that you only put a teaspoon or less of the crushed red pepper flakes, because if you don't, your mouth will be on fire. This is pretty hot. That's that. I've already tasted it. It's very tasty and very spicy. So maybe I'll title this spicy sausage ragu or something. But either way, it's really, really delicious, and I will put on the next screen how much it costs per serving, and you guys will really be surprised at the cost. Hey y'all, so as you can see on your screen right now, this was a really cheap meal. Granted, there are some other ingredients like the white wine and different things like that, but those are things that most people already have in their kitchen. So usually with this series, I only listed things that you might have to go out and buy from the store. So as you can see with all of the ingredients listed here, this meal was only $6.36. I was able to get 4 servings. Actually, I was able to get almost 5 servings out of this, which came out to a whopping $1.59 per serving. One thing I do want to note again, for probably like the third time in this video, if you don't like spicy foods, do not put a whole tablespoon. It was actually really spicy even for me. So I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.